Hey, Angela, thank you for telling me. Is it still buzzing? It's going to be one of those days. Okay. I think the buzzing that you're hearing is probably going to be my air conditioner. The fan just came on and it's right next to me. So that might be that. I'm hoping. Actually, I'm going to close out of this video. Oh, it stopped? Okay. That was just in time. I was getting ready to close out. Oh. Thank you very much for the help and for letting me go instead of just coming in and going out because it wasn't working. Thank you to both of you. I appreciate that. Having friends is always amazing when you're trying to do something like this. All right, so let's start from the start. We're going to start with Aries. This is Aries for May the 26th. Woo woo. So Aries, what you have showing up is the Star card, followed by the King of Wands in reverse, followed by the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so Aries, what we have here with this Star card and the King of Wands in reverse, this is somebody that you're interacting with who is feeling like they're stuck in a situation, like they have a problem and they don't know the answer about how to get out of this problem, how to make things better, fix things, find a solution, and move forward. You're feeling very hopeful for this person. You're expecting that they will find the solution. And this is somebody who's usually pretty good at problem solving. You're feeling very hopeful for this person. Now, why is that? Because we've got the Nine of Pentacles here. You're acting very independently. Very independently. You're feeling like, you're self-sufficient. You've got this on your own. And part of the reason why this person is feeling like they have a problem is because you are acting on your own and you're handling things. And I think this person maybe used to be in a part of a team with you, whether it's business team, friendship, romantic partnership, whatever. They're used to being a part of a team with you. And now that you're handling things so well on your own that you don't need to be a team member, this person is kind of like, what do I do? I don't know if I can handle this on my own. You know this person. You know their capabilities. They can. You know that they've got this. All they have to do is get past those thought processes that have them hanging up there. Happy Memorial Day. You're having a yard sale? Yay. That's awesome. That sounds like the perfect thing to do on Memorial Day. Hello there, Elle. Glad to see you, my dear. We had a rough start here, but we are rocking and rolling now. Let's get on and look at Taurus for May the 26th. Right? That's the best way to do it. Get rid of stuff that is no longer valuable to you and get some cash in the pocket. Taurus, 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 May the 26th. Here we go. By the way, I'm using the Shadowscapes Tarot today. Okay, Taurus. Four of Pentacles. Whoop, whoop. King of Pentacles in reverse. How do those go together? We'll find out, won't we? And the Sun card. Okay, so Taurus. Four of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like there's somebody in your life, Taurus, who I don't want to necessarily say they've not actually been mooching off of you exactly. Not exactly, but kind of. And so this person that's been mooching off of you, kind of, you're saying, well, we're going to kind of stop the kind of mooching, and you're holding back. You're holding back. You want things to be more reciprocal between the two of you, and so you're holding back on your end. Miriam, glad to see you here, my dear. Why is this happening? Because you've got the Sun card. Sun card is telling me that you have some kind of opportunity, Taurus, of something that you could do or something that you could take care of. And you know that if you don't hold back, if you let this other person that kind of mooches off of you continue to kind of mooch off you, you wouldn't be able to take care of this or to do this, and you really want to. This is the priority. So because whatever this is the priority, this opportunity that you have now, you're holding back. You're saying, you know what, you're a grown up. You got to take care of your own responsibilities. I'm taking care of mine. Okay. That's Taurus. Wow, so many people on Memorial Day. Gotta say, I really didn't know what to expect. I thought maybe this would be an empty chat room today. Glad y'all are here. I know Miriam's here from India. Blissful's here from New York area. Angela, I want to say Ohio, but I may not be exactly right. You'll have to correct me, Angela. And Elle, where are you from? We've got a nice crowd from all over. This is for Gemini. Thank you, Romy. I appreciate that. Alex, hello, hello. And where are you from, my dear? Gemini, Gemini for the 26. Joyzy. I don't know how I got Ohio out of Joyzy. She's from New Jersey, the Garden State. Queens, New York. There's a couple of East Coasters from Dubai. All right. We've got people scattered out. I'm in the Midwest. I'm in Missouri. The Gemini, 3 of Wands showing up in reverse. By the way, thanks to all of you for putting up thumbs ups on this video. High Priestess, also in reverse. And the Queen of Wands. Woot woot. All right, that's you, Gemini, by the way. This Queen of Wands is you. So, Geminis, what's going on? 3 of Wands in reverse with the High Priestess in reverse. You're really confused about what you want to do in your future. Like, what kind of long-term plans do you want to make? You're really confused there. You have no idea. This may be a time when you feel like you're kind of free-floating through life. You're just going one day at a time without really anything long-term to shoot for at the moment, Gemini. Why is this happening? Because you are who you are, is what Spirit is saying to me. Geminis, fire signs in general are very good at being in the moment, in this day. And this is what's going on with you. You're very much in the moment and in this day, but in this moment and in this day is kind of confusing you. A lot of times you can take in this moment and in this day and project out where you want to be in the future. Right now, you're feeling really confused about where you want to be in the future, even though you are in this moment and in this day. So I would say there's something confusing going on around you that has you so you don't know which way is up right now. At least, if not right now, then the 26th. North Carolina, we got a lot of East Coasters here then. Oh, you're right. You're right. They're normally very logical. They're not coming up with that personality right now, though. They came up as the Queen of Fire. That's somebody who's very much impulsive and not planned out, which is odd for Geminis. Huh. That puts a whole different spin on it, actually. That puts a whole different spin on that Queen of Fire. Like, that Queen of Fire is still my Geminis. You Geminis are still acting that way as far as I can tell from the cards. That's what I would say. The only thing that I would actually change about that is that Geminis are not so good about being in the present. Geminis can tend to overthink things, and that may be a part of where that confusion is coming in with long-term plans, because there is so much chaos in the present. I live in Missouri, and you live in Missouri City, Texas. I used to live in Texas. I used to live in Wichita Falls. My best friend still lives in Holly, which you won't find spelling it Holly. You got to look at Hawley. All right. We're just chit-chatting away. We're at minute 13. I guess maybe I should do some work here. Let's look at Cancer for May the 26th. La da da da. Cancers, Cancers, Cancers. You guys have the Two of Cups showing up in reverse. You have the Six of Wands showing up right side up. And you have the Queen of Pentacles showing up right side up. What's going on, Cancers? Are you trying to turn somebody off? Ooh. Okay, so Cancers, there's somebody in your life that you're not that attracted to them. But they are definitely very attracted to you. That's why we've got the Six of Wands. And because they're very attracted to you, you can almost handle them like a puppeteer handles a puppet. Why is this happening? Because you have plenty of resources. And this person is drawn to your resources. And because they're drawn to your resources, that's their big attraction to you. And that's why you get to pull their puppet strings, Cancers. Wow. And that's going to be going on the 26th. Oh, thank you, Blissful. We have nephews visiting, I guess would be a good way to say it. They call me auntie, but I'm not blood. I'm really friend of the family. Anyway, we put up one of those little inflatable pools in the backyard yesterday. I got so much sun. Of course, I can't take much sun. My face looks good, but look at my shoulder. I don't know if you can tell how red that is in the camera. This other one's not so bad. I don't know how come that happened, but at least I'm only burnt on one side. Memorial Day weekend, though, you know? If you haven't got a sunburn by now and you have skin like mine, then you're lagging behind. All right, let's take a peek at Leo. This is Leo for May the 26th. Thank you for that extra thumbs up there, whoever did that. I appreciate it. Leo, Leo. Leo. You guys have the Three of Swords showing up in reverse. You also have the Fool showing up in reverse. And you have the World right side up. Isn't this a beautiful card, guys? There's so much green in there, and the stars, and the woman's beautiful. It's all beautiful. All right, anyway, little distraction there. Leos, what's going on with you? Three of Swords in reverse plus the Fool in reverse. Leos, you have some kind of process that you're going through where you're doing some kind of healing for your heart chakra. So either you're literally healing up from some kind of medical situation with your heart, or you're healing up from some kind of emotional trauma to the heart. Okay. Now, I feel like this healing has been a process. It's taking a while. And I think that you have even thought, you know what, maybe it would just be easier to not put in the work to do the healing. Like whatever the therapy is for after a heart procedure or something. I don't know what that is. Maybe you've thought about, well, I don't know if I want to keep doing this. And same thing, if this is that you're healing from some kind of injury to the heart as far as emotional, you may have decided, you know what, it's just too much work to face all this and to heal from this. I just don't know if I want to keep going. You guys are deciding to keep on going. You're deciding that it's worth it to keep on going. Okay. Now, you're staying at home for Memorial Day. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous deck. Why is all of this happening? This is happening because there has been some kind of completion or an ending. So for some of you, there's been an ending of a relationship. For some of you, this may have been some kind of completion. Maybe you've graduated from college, or maybe you're graduating, maybe you're a little younger, you're graduating from high school. And maybe the emotional trauma is that you don't know when you're going to see your friends again. And you're healing up from that. Or maybe the emotional trauma is more that just life is changing. Whatever this is that you've completed, life is changing. You're moving on to the next phase. And so you've reached an ending here, and now you're healing up from that ending. Okay, and you're choosing to continue that healing process, Leos. Good for you, because you know what? That's brave. I mean, it has the ultimate best ending, but it's also brave to heal. So this deck, Blissful, is the Shadowscapes Tarot. It's been out for a while. In fact, I actually need to replace my deck. Blissful, do you read tarot? You don't, do you? All right, Virgos are up next. This is going to be Virgo for May 26th. Thank you, thank you. So has your dad had a heart procedure, or is he healing from something emotional? Virgos, you guys have the Death card in reverse. And you have Four of Swords in reverse. And you have the Knight of Cups in reverse. Okay, what's going on with you guys? You're learning. I'm going to store that information in the back of my mind for a little while. All right, let's focus on Virgo right now. We have the Death card in reverse plus the Four of Swords in reverse. An emotional thing for your dad. Okay. Thank you for the feedback. So Virgos, this is kind of interesting. Interesting combination here. Death card in reverse along with the Four of Swords in reverse is telling me that you've decided to take a break from something. This could be taking a break from a relationship. This could be taking a break from a project. There's something you've decided to take a break from. And now you're thinking, well, if I was going to go back to it, I should go back to this thing now, or this relationship now, or this project now, whatever it is. But you're deciding that, you know what, I don't want to go back to it. I don't want to end this break. I don't want to go back to that thing. I don't want to go back to that relationship or that project, whatever it is. Why? Because I'm not feeling it. I'm not into it. If it's a person, I don't have feelings for that person like I used to have. If it's a project, I'm not excited and loving that project like I used to. I'm just not ready to go back. I may not ever go back. I'm just not feeling it. That's what we've got coming up for you, Virgos, on the 26th. Not saying that you won't go back, but I think you do have that feeling on the 26th of, it's a possibility that I might not ever. Definitely not right now. Nope. All right, let's look at Libra next. This is going to be Libra for May 26th. Okay, so Libras, 2 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords, along with the 4 of Wands in reverse. Libras with the 2 of Pentacles and the 7 of Swords, I think you've got a couple of different people in your life that you're trying to make happy. And you feel like the only way that you can make them happy is to not be yourself. You have to pretend to be something other than you are. And I think that to make each of these 2 people happy, they each want you to be something different from the other one. Neither one of them necessarily wants you to be you. And to be fair, maybe neither one of them actually knows what you look like because you've been hiding you. You've only been presenting that thing that you think will make these 2 people happy. So maybe they don't even know what the real you is like. But each of them wants you to be a certain way or has certain expectations for you. You're trying to make them both happy. And I think it's getting more and more difficult to try and make them both happy because when you're in the presence of both and you're trying to be these 2 different people to make each of them happy, well, that's difficult. You're still pulling it off. Don't get me wrong. It shows here you're still pulling it off, but it's difficult. And why is this happening? This is happening because there's been some kind of deterioration of family. So it feels to me like there's a couple of family members who have kind of gone their separate ways. They're both expecting you to make them happy, but they're not really leaving you any room to be yourself in the middle. Okay? That's what we've got for Libra. The way that that came out for Leo, it's not over yet. It's still a process that they are continuing to work on. They're continuing to heal because that came up with the Fool in reverse. So you got to look at the combination. The way I'm reading these here today, the dailies, you look at the combination. So 3 of Swords reversed means that there is some kind of healing for heartbreak. The Fool in reverse means that there's something that has been going on that was started as a leap of faith that somebody, because it's in reverse, somebody is reconsidering, do I want to continue working on this or not, or has it filled its mission already? So when you have the 2 of them combined, what you've got is somebody's going through the process of healing up from a heartache. They're questioning, do I want to keep on going through the process or is it too hard? Would it be easier just to self-medicate or playing video games and not think about reality, some kind of escapism? And then they decide, nope, excuse me, didn't realize I hadn't put that on silent. But so then they decide, nope, I don't want to self-medicate. I don't want to do any kind of escapism. I am going to continue to heal with that Fool in reverse. So it's not over yet. He's still heartbroken. He's still working on it. Gotcha. Okay, let's look at Scorpio. This is going to be Scorpio for May the 26th. Okay, Scorpio, Four of Swords. You're quite welcome, Blissful. Queen of Wands in reverse. And that's, by the way, that's my interpretation. Another reader might interpret that differently. But since I pulled the cards, my interpretation is what counts. Not trying to be arrogant or anything, but that's what I would teach you. Whoever pulls the card, it's your interpretation is the priority. Other people can read from cards somebody else has pulled, but the most strong interpretation belongs to the person who pulled the cards. Anyway, Scorpios, last card here, Seven of Cups in reverse. So we have a Four of Swords, a Queen of Wands in reverse, and a Seven of Cups in reverse. Scorpios, we're taking a break from something that has us a little stumped. We're just not quite sure exactly what we should do in this situation. We'd like to encourage or uplift or help somebody else that's in our sphere of influence, but we just don't exactly know how. So we're taking a break from that situation. We want to get a different perspective on it, a different view of it. And so we're stepping back so that we have the opportunity to come up with a different perspective or a different view. Why is this happening? Because we've been really focused, and we are really focused on what we can do to improve our life. And there are some things that we are doing to make improvements in our life, and we are very interested in seeing those continue on track. I feel like we know that if we try to fix somebody else, that could cost us our own selves. Like we may have to fix somebody else, we may have to give of ourselves to a point that would be more than sacrificial, is what I'm hearing Spirit say. And Spirit is also pointing out, and for what? Because honestly, the other person has to be the one that fixes themselves. Like we can help and we can support, but the other person has to be the one to actually make the fix. So we're really focused on what can we do to fix ourselves? What can we do to move ourselves forward? What can we do to make improvements in our own life where it hasn't been up to snuff? And we're coming to the point where we're recognizing that, maybe helping somebody isn't really helping them. Maybe it's hurting them or holding them back and keeping them from figuring out how to help themselves. And so we're stepping back. We want to get some perspective. We want to see how much help does this person actually really need, and how much were we actually getting in the way. Well, I've been working with them a while. Actually, when I first started doing these dailies and making the combinations, I just did that as an experiment just to see what would happen. And because I wanted to learn. I don't know if you guys know it, but y'all are my guinea pigs. I'm just out here on the videos learning as I go. A lot of these card combinations I've never seen before, so I'm just feeling my way through them. The most important thing when you're a psychic isn't even really how well you know the cards. The most important thing is how well can you listen to Sacred Spirit when he's giving you messages. Because he doesn't just use the cards. He'll also use how things feel to you. He might even give you a taste in your mouth or a smell in your nose while you're reading cards for somebody. He might give you a sensation somewhere in your body that would tell you something. I'm strongly clairaudient, so a lot of times you'll hear me say, and I'm hearing dot, 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 dot. That's because I'm literally hearing those words. Some people actually see visions. I do a little bit, but usually those don't come out in my pro readings. Those more come out for my own personal stuff. But some people see visions, so you want to pay attention to, how does spirit get the information across to you? Because there's a lot more to being a psychic than just reading the cards. And the cards are, to be honest, the cards are kind of showmanship. It's something for you guys to look at and go, oh, I can see that. But really, the cards are just, for me, they're just a jumping off point. They're where I start to focus, and then I pay attention to all the psychic stuff to get the rest of the meaning. Some psychics can find lost items. Yes, they can. It also depends on the receiver of the message or the information, too. Like, I had a lady help me find a lost bit of jewelry that was special to me. And she's a good friend of mine who's also very psychic. And she kept saying, it's in a cardboard box. You packed it away there special so that you wouldn't lose them. It's in a cardboard box, and it's in something wooden. And I looked, 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 and I couldn't find these stupid earrings that I was so happy to have until I got ready to move, and I was going through things and packing up and sorting out what was trash and what needed to move with me. And I opened up this wooden piece of furniture that I had in my living room, and inside another cardboard box was a cardboard box with the earrings. So you can have a really great psychic that can help you find lost items. You also have to be really good at receiving the information and applying it. You're quite welcome, Blissful. I think that's the frustrating thing for some of us psychics, stuff like that. We might be able to tell you it's in a cardboard box and it's in a wooden piece of furniture. We might even be able to tell you what room it's in. But are you still going to find it, or are you going to come back later and go, it's not there? Anyway, let's move on. Let's do Sagittarius, May 26th. Sagittarius, Two of Wands in reverse. Ten of Pentacles, right side up. And the Ten of Wands. Are you getting impatient, Miriam? This is probably my most chit-chatty video ever. Okay, so Two of Wands in reverse and Ten of Pentacles, right side up. What's going on with you, Sagittarians? Sagittarius, I feel like a lot of you are in a pretty good place. You're feeling like you have enough resources to handle everything that you need to handle for right now, at least. Maybe even on into the future. And with that in mind, you're really looking at, okay, well, what is the legacy that I'm leaving behind for other people? Google thought I was talking to it. Anyway, you're looking at what is the legacy that I'm leaving behind for other people. And I don't feel like this is just financial that you're evaluating, although I'm certainly not taking that off the table. I think that there's a lot of, what have I taught the people who I'm leaving behind? What kind of example have I set for them? Will they look up to me? Will they be happy that they knew me? Will they feel like knowing me helped them in some way? I really feel like there's a whole lot of legacy evaluation going on here. There's this realization that money and finances just aren't everything. Okay. Bye, Alex. Have a good day, honey. And then why is this happening? Because you're picking up some kind of new responsibilities, and these new responsibilities are making you really think things over from a whole completely different angle. Okay? So that's for Sagittarius. Let's do Capricorn next. By the way, thanks everybody for the thumbs ups, and thank you for sharing this video with others who may find it helpful as well. Also, don't forget I do offer private readings. My website's in the description box below. This is Sagittarius for May the 26th. All right, Sagittarius, Two of Cups, the Tower in reverse. We like the Tower in reverse. Don't anybody panic. And the Knight of Pentacles also in reverse. Okay, I'm going to tell you what I heard as soon as I saw these first two cards, Capricorns, and you're going to laugh at me. But what I heard was love saves the day. Okay? So, what do we have going on here? There is some kind of attraction that you have. And this can be to another person. Most likely it is, but it can also be to an activity or a project that you feel very attracted or drawn to. And your being attracted to it or drawn to it prevents something dramatic and initially devastating from happening. Okay? So whatever this is may have been on the verge of total collapse. And you actually caring about this is what prevented it from collapsing. So it could be that, if we're talking about a romantic relationship that was on the verge of collapse, maybe the other person just needed to hear you say some particular thing, or needed to see you do some particular thing to know in their mind that, oh, okay, we're all right. We're okay. Before they went and just blew the thing up. Or maybe if this is some kind of work project or even a project at home, let's say that you love to cook and you're making something and you got distracted, by a phone call or something like that. And then as soon as the phone call's over, like you just can't wait to get back to cooking. And you go into the kitchen and there's like, I don't know, your toaster's on fire or something. Well, if you hadn't been so hyped up about getting back to cooking because that you really enjoy cooking, maybe the whole kitchen would have caught on fire instead of just the toaster, which you can unplug and just let it die out. Maybe even smother it out. So this is something that because you care about someone or something, it actually kept basically a disaster from happening. Now, why is this happening? Has to do with finances, and it has to do with the idea of breaking the budget, basically. This is either not doing what you have to do to bring the cash flow in, or else spending money that you know is not in the budget with the idea that I'll fix it later. Okay? So there's something that has happened with the budget, where the budget has been blown, that has caused you to be doing something that you love or spending time with somebody that you love that you would not normally be doing or spending time with them. And that actually prevents the tower from coming in right side up. That prevents the collapse of whatever is this thing that you're attracted to or this relationship that you're attracted in. Okay, so that's for Capricorn. Just had an astrology class from a Sagittarius. Astrology has always fascinated me. I've never taken the time to actually study it, but it's very fascinating. Aquarius for May the 26th. To me, the cards come so much more natural than astrology. All right, Aquarius. King of Pentacles shows up. The Sun shows up in reverse. And the Justice card. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, Sagittarius. King of Pentacles, along with the Sun card, is telling me that you have taken control of your financial situation or your monetary situation or your material goods, and you are being very responsible with those, even though that means that you're turning down ideas or invitations or temptations to do some things that might be more fun and lighthearted and social. Right now, you're just being very responsible with your financial situation and with your resources in general. And why is this? Because of the Justice card. I really don't think that this is anybody else making a decision about you, which is normally what comes up for this card. But Aquarius, I think this is all about you looking at what is fair, what is right, what has the best long-term consequences for me. This is you just really looking at implications of your behaviors, looking at long-term results and what you're shooting for, really. And that's why you're doing something with your money and your resources that you would rather, when you would rather do something else with them. You're being very responsible with them, absolutely. For some of you, you may be being very responsible with them because of some kind of court decision, but I just didn't get that feeling. For most of you, it feels like you're making a decision about how responsible you want to be with your finances in this particular time frame. Okay. That's relatable. Cool, cool, Miriam. La da 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 da. Pisces, you are up next. Blissful, thank you for being my best cheerleader in the room. I have read a few times for Blissful, so she knows what it's like to get a reading from me. La da 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 da. Pisces. Pisces, May the 26th. Okay, so Pisces, you guys have the Death card showing up. You also have the Hermit card showing up. You also have the Page of Pentacles showing up. Kind of like it. Kind of like it. Pisces, we all know you're a water sign. You're really strong on intuition. You are making some major changes in your life, and you're making these changes because you spent some time alone really thinking things through, setting priorities, figuring out where it is you want to be on down the road and how you're going to get there. And so you're making those changes because of these insights that you received, and you may have actually received them during meditation, or you could have strategized them. But I tend to think that this was more of a spiritual experience where you started to understand, you had some kind of aha moment that, you know what, if I make this change, it'll really help me move forward. Okay, so making some changes, big changes to help you move forward. Why is this happening? Well, because you have the Page of Pentacles showing up, you're having good news about money and material goods that is showing up now. And so because this good news is showing up, you're realizing, okay, well, I could make some changes that'll help me move forward, and you're strategizing for that. You're in a position where you can make the changes, and these may be changes that you've wanted to make for a long time. You just haven't been in the right position. Well, now you are, Pisces. Yay. Okay, so thank you, all of you, for being here. I do appreciate it. If you see me looking away, I'm actually checking the window. At some point during this video, we had a thunderstorm move in, and now rain is pouring down. And so I'm just watching, observing, seeing what's going on, and hoping that the power doesn't go out here. Anyway, everybody have a fantastic day, a rest of your Memorial Day if you celebrate Memorial Day, a good Memorial Day. And I will see you guys back here on Wednesday. Peace out.